playmakers.
Run that back, turbo.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh. I was mudded. Yeah, I could not play outside. That was by mistake. Alright, share screen. Everything is set. Alright. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another day. Finishing off the week strong. It's a Friday, so it's a pretty big day today. NFP Friday. In about 22 minutes. So we'll definitely be here for that. We'll see how that comes out. And then we'll see what the market could give us today. I think they're expecting, let's see, average hourly earnings. They are expecting a 0.03. So actual, greater than forecast is good for currency. So they're expecting good numbers then for that. And then non-farm employment change, they are expecting 65K over 178, which is bad for the dollar or bad for currency. And unemployment rate, they are expecting about neutral. Looks like 4.3 for a forecast. Yeah, 4.3 forecasted for a 4.3 previous. So I mean, that can change, right? Like, that's just what they're forecasting, but these numbers could obviously fluctuate. But yeah, from 178 to 65 is a lot. I think last time they expected 65 and it came out 178. So who knows? Who knows? Could be crazy. But yeah, we'll see what the charts give us. I think we're still in the range from, I checked a bit earlier. You're definitely still in the same range as yesterday. So yeah, hopefully some type of breakout today. Looks like some volume's coming in a little bit, so that's good for like NFP. We could get trades before, but I'm pretty sure though, like high probable, we'll probably get them after, but there's a possibility we can get some stuff beforehand if there's anything that sets us up for that. But yeah, let's see. Where is my Zoom? Let me just run that real quick. All right, cool. So yeah, we have let's see, we're still in that range, that 4 range we were in yesterday. So hopefully, you know, some type of breakout or something today. The daily looks like it closed, you could probably say leg candle. It might be, let's see how it looks on MT5. I think it's a doji. I think I might write off as a doji candle, to be honest, but that doesn't really change much, right? I think we're still just in this range here, within this overall range here. So yeah, that is the daily. I think doji 4 candle. I wonder if there's still a possibility that you can get a steeper bottom wick for these areas, right? You can see, like, looking at price, like that Monday Tuesday move did get a bit stronger to hold because you did get a little bit of structure going up. Just a little bit though, nothing too crazy, right? A little bit of higher lows, here too. So yeah, you do have a bit of structure. Is it enough to say that it's good to continue? I think there's a possibility of more. So I'm open to the idea that there's a possibility that price could make its way down to create a bottom wick before making its way up. Or who knows, maybe it'll just make a bottom wick and it continue to correct, right? That's still also a possible outcome as well. That could happen. But yeah, I think with us being in this range here, the next stage is obviously going to be liquidity, right? So range liquidity stages are the stage you stay the longest in. So that's why you've been kind of hovering here. But I was hoping yesterday's end wide, not like that it broke the highs, right? Or it came up to tap the highs, came down to kind of tap the lows, that you'll break out. But it looks like you didn't even like break out, right? You kind of just came up to tap it and then that's it. So you still need to see a break above or below in order to get volume, right? Either a push up to continue up, push up to fake out, or a push down to continue down, or a push down to fake out, right? But that needs to occur, one or the other, before we start moving. So hopefully early session that can happen, because then maybe later in the session you can actually pick up and start to get a bit more directional. I'm trying to think what else can we do here. I think we'll leave this here. Yeah, I think we'll leave this here. And then let's see, how do you join Zoom? You join Zoom with well, no one's on Zoom actually. Zoom is just there for me to draw, but on Discord is where even someone has access to. So there's no delay there. All right, so yeah, the 4-hour candle, is this a gap here? What is this? Bearish candle, bullish. I think it's just, yeah, it could be a gap, or it's just like a bearish candle. Or you just kind of fill it in there. But yeah, just same support still. But if that's the case, maybe this can be seen as an invisible candle. Could this be? So then maybe this support right here won't require too much to fill, because it's breaking back into this range. You can even say this range too. This is the range you're kind of in within this range, right? But off of these zones here, off of that there, boundary range here, boundary range there. So could price make its way all the way down towards these areas like so? Right. Again, like yesterday's move was good, right? But you can see like it didn't really like do anything significant for price. It's still sitting in the same range. So still no like strong direction until this breaks, right? So what I'm trying to say is like basically there could be something better today, right? That could form. So hopefully we get early volume here, right? If this can just rip all the way through, like all the way down below like 46.76, that'll be very good. We'll see what we can do later, but yeah, I'll leave 47.69. I'll leave 47 or 46.76. Let me just, maybe I'll mark it up here first actually. So 69.76. Six, 9.76, like that, and then yeah, I'll leave like that. What's up, Jack? How's it going? Okay, so yeah, 47.69129, 47.76921, and then maybe we'll find something in between. I think there's something around these ends. Where was it? Was it here? Around here, 47.29, just a minor resistance. And then yeah, we'll see if this can break out the range. I think maybe the support could be a little lower. Let's see, what could I use? I think maybe right here. Let's bring it down towards these ends. Boom, boom. 46.69, 46.79. Right, because there's like a, you still haven't filled the bottom of the range. Like it came close, it gapped down, but it didn't tap. So it's still rejected in the middle of nowhere. which means that that is a possibility. How much is this range to go down? This is 330, so yeah, that's quite a bit. 350. All right, cool. So I'll leave it as that, okay? And then we'll see how news comes out in about 13 minutes. Once that comes out, we'll see how numbers come out. We'll see how price kind of takes over, like how price action lines up with that, how it affects the markets, and then we'll see what's up from there, right? Hopefully price lines up with price action or with our ideas, and we get some ideas. But I think more so just continuations, they would be nice, or just like, sorry, not continuation, what am I saying? Breakout of any range would be nice. So you break below or break above, but that's the next step. Like, I don't know where you're gonna go. I don't know if you're gonna go up. I don't know if you're gonna go down, if you're asking me. But if I would know what's next, like in terms of the next stage. We're in a range stage. Next stage is liquidity, and then once you have liquidity, you have direction, right? So that's just the same constant cycle that the market repeats. It's just a matter of where first, right? So it can literally pop up still or pop down. It doesn't really matter which way, because I think we'll have ideas for both ends. Like if it comes up, we'll have ideas for buys. If it comes down, we'll have ideas for sells, or wick entry buys, wick entry sells, for a bottom wick, top wick, whatever it is. But yeah, just waiting for volume, right? So still same thing we've been doing since like Wednesday for the most part. And we had trades on Monday, Tuesday, right, until kind of Wednesday slowed down. We had nothing, and yesterday I guess we got like that BE trade, right? But I mean, it's still in this range here. So yeah, we'll see if this can just break out. All right, over our range is like 900 pips, so it's tradable, but you still need volume, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's it, chat. I think that's it for now. We got 10 minutes left. In my coffee. If you guys enjoyed that analysis, hit the like button. If you have any questions, let me know. What's up, Benzo? The AFK, what's up? Reggie, what's up? Cool. What do you mean by invisible candles? It's kind of a new term, or like maybe like a 2 years, but nothing concrete yet. Just like I've noticed that it's usually just like two candles that end up being dojis and you combine them. Like there's a gap here, so this might be, yeah, so there's a gap here. All right, so this candle right here next would look like this, right? And then that's just the rest of the candles. But then these two candles right here would be doji, right? Because it opened up here and it closed right there. So then if that's the doji, then this right here won't be much traffic to break. Like this won't be as much traffic as it looks like, right? You can kind of treat this as just like one over our range now, and just say, okay, if you're holding these zones, then as you make your way down, there may not be struggles here, so the next support is here. So it's just a way to look at certain ranges without traffic. It's not really like an entry or anything, but just like a way we'll look at like clean traffic or a range. So we call it invisible because there's nothing there to stop it. It'll probably be in the next playbook because it's been around for We've been looking at this for like I think 2 years now, but we just haven't really like it's not really an entry, you know, but it would be like a way to I guess confirm ranges, confirm clean traffic, almost like a face point resistance. Yeah, basically, like for instance, this could be one too, right? This is like your doji, so you can just put a zone here, and as you break up, this may not be a struggle, right? Because that's like your dojis. So then you can kind of just do this, right? So as you close back above here, if like everything else aligns, you have structure and liquidity and all of that, then this would be ideal, right? If you were to buy, it's like that won't be much of a struggle. But I think in this case, you still don't have like enough structure and all of that. But yeah, it's just like, you can't just block it out. That's what I would do. What do you think FPLB? I don't know. I think they're expecting like 6.3, like 65 over 178. But last time they forecasted 65 and it came out 178. The previous was 133. Negative 133. They forecasted 65, came out extra positive. So this time, I mean, let's see. I don't know. 178 their previous. 65 they're expecting. It might come out negative. I have no idea. Not too sure. We'll see though how price comes out, right? But I think all we know right now is that we just need a breakout of this range. So if that's all I'm asking for, if NFP can just like kind of tap above or below, it doesn't even have to like break out and drive, but just tap above or below. Fake out if you want to, whatever, anything but just sitting in this range, you know, will be good. Number one hater. Yesterday we hopped off. Did it move? Yesterday, I don't think it moved yesterday. Hopefully not today though. Good morning, Alja. You guys asked about NASDAQ. Sure, let's check NASDAQ since I'm not doing anything right now. NASDAQ. What did you guys say earlier? Some people said, can you check NASDAQ? What's your bias? And then NASDAQ, someone says super bullish. And someone goes NASDAQ bullish, question mark. I mean, it looks bullish. I think we, I don't know where our zone was last time. I think it was 28 something, right? Yeah, we're all-time highs. I mean, one of the things that help me with gold when we're all-time highs is to just measure out the ranges. So I'll measure out like the previous range we're in. In this case, like from here to here, that's like your range. Is that it, your range? Let's see. Maybe a little smaller. Let's put that from there to like maybe. Let's see, actually. Measure out this range. Yeah, next targets could be like roughly here. Just like, because this is the only logical thing you do have when it comes to all-time highs, right? You can't, like, looking left, there's nothing there. It's just clean traffic. So the only thing you can really do that's like somewhat logical is maybe like measure out the previous ranges you're in, because even if you're not all-time highs, the ranges that you are in, when you break out, is equivalent usually. Right? Sometimes, like more times than not, it will drive past that target. Like let's say the previous range is like this. All right, cool. So you're expecting the same distance. Usually it'll drive past it, right? But like this is still like a pretty good zone to mark up as like some like the next minor resistance or next potential struggle area before price makes a decision on where it wants to go next and whatnot. But yeah, so that's what you have as target. Now it's just a matter of like, okay, how could we take these ideas, right? I think you may be missing some bottom wicks within this range. I think this is the previous range. This is like your fake out that you had back into the range, right? So this becomes your support now. So you can probably put your support going across like this, draw a line like this, going across, bomb the range, just delete this blue line. Bomb the range is, you have something else right here too. So we'll put that there. You have this and this, these are double fake outs, right? But I think looking at just this movement up, it's been pretty slow compared to like these pushes here. Like these counts got a lot smaller, so a lot more struggle. So just be open to the idea that you could get a bottom wick, right? If you do get a bottom wick, that'll be nice because then you can tell whether this would come back into the range or not. I wouldn't say this is a fake out yet, because if you just remove everything, this is just still holding structure, right? It's not really breaking anything, especially when you don't have liquidity up. There's nothing to really break. Maybe a minor support here, but I think you're looking at this still. So if we were to leave that there, right? Wait, if you get a bottom wick, it'll be nice because you'll see if it comes down. If it doesn't, comes back up above the range. Let's say it looks like that, right? Now you have a bit of structure like this. You can then look for buys above, all right? And you can look to go up towards 959. But I think just like the bottom wick might be the tricky part, because there's no guarantee of a bottom wick. But if you get a bottom wick, it's like there's no reason to come up. So if you come back up, it's like clear, right? Much higher probable chance to continue. But yeah, I think that's really all I'm gonna add to NASDAQ here. It's just looking at this slow movement up on the second half of this push, looking at the missing bottom wicks. You can get continuations up. Looks a little messy, right? But if you want to, you can just also put a resistance here, support here, and just wait for this entire thing to break out. Because if it comes down, you won't see it as a bottom wick, you just see it as bouncing off resistance. All right, bouncing off support, and all of a sudden now this is just a range. Let's go doing them. I got a lock and go to check. We have a minute into NFP here, okay? So no buy stops, no sell stops. What we're gonna do is wait for price to come out, wait for numbers to come out, see how that affects the markets, and then if the market aligns with our ideas, we'll take positions. But I don't think we have any ideas called out yet. Just in this range. I also got to add these two zones. So 47.29 minor resistance. Let's put that there. And if you were to break below, what are you looking at there? $46.20, $46.23. All right, cool. So let's see. Sometimes it could be a hit or miss too, right? It doesn't have to like spike right at NFP. Sometimes it comes out, doesn't do too much, and then later on in the session it picks up. So something that's guaranteed from news is volume, right? You always get volume, even if you don't get direction. So don't be disappointed if you don't get like a spike for your buy stop or sell stop. It's just, it doesn't always happen. I'm curious how we trade news. We used to only stream we used to always stream NFP, like I think for last year it was just live for NFP. Yeah, so like nothing so far, right? That could pick up. It's only been the first minute. It can pick up later in the session too, like 9:30 and an hour and 45 and 30, right? But I think price action is like gonna tell you that anyways. You see your 8 session trade? Did I see it? Oh, that runner. I remember. Yeah, I think you had a little bit of drawdown. No. What'd you say? You said. Oh yeah, leg candles. Yeah, I saw that. Little drawdown, and I entered. I got slipped by a few pips, but 63 pips secured. That's a good position. Yeah, that's a good position. No pineapples needed though. Canada unemployment went up. I forgot we had CAD stuff too. Oh yeah, numbers came out. Non-farm employment change 115. So positive, negative, neutral. So you got wait for price action basically. Looks like his came out kind of mixed, right? Still 170 pips though, you know, like I think back end they will be dying for like a 200 pip NFP move. We'll be in there like, you know. Can you smell what the numbers mean and how it affects the markets, Don? Well, yeah, so if numbers come out, like in this case, let's look at this folder right here. It says like actual greater than forecast is good for currency. So if numbers like come over once like 65, if it comes over 65, because that's what they forecasted today, right? So actual greater than forecast is good. Anything above there is good. So they came out 115, which is much better, which means that in this case, if it's good for currency, then gold should come down, right? But since there's 3 folders, you're coming up right now. There was also this one. This one, actual greater is good for currency. It came out 0.2 over 0.3. So in that case, it came out bad for $1. So that means gold should go up, right? So one folder says gold should go up. One folder says gold should go down. And then the last one says neutral, which is, I say more times than not, more bullish, right? But it's still neutral. So it's a mix. It's kind of mixed today. So how does that affect my trading? I just look at price for the volume. Like if there's volume, like I'm still waiting for the same kind of concepts to kind of play out, you know? So I'm still waiting to see if you can break above here, break below here for like volume to come in. And then once that settles down, or once that kicks in, we'll have ideas that we could look to take. But like that's how I'll view it. Let's see, this is not bad though. Like it kind of picked up a little bit, 220 pips. Let's see if you can tap above this 29 zone. And this is your invisible candle, so more sample sizing for this is gonna be cool too. NASDAQ looks like it's coming up. So let's see if it rejects that 28,959, right? Or reacts there, slows down there. 546, 1, 2, 3. No, give me 30 seconds. Wait. Let's see, a little bit of volume. Let's see. First step is to break this. We don't have to wait for like 4769 or 4669 or 4669 to break the ideas, right? That's just like, I think when you start getting, you could start getting direction. But something tells me that might not be today. Anyone have like buys and sell stops there? It's like a little whipsaw. I don't even know if I consider this a whipsaw, right? But yeah, like a little, like on a minute, I guess it's a little whipsaw up and down before just pick the direction. Minimum amount on a Wanda, I think there's a 50 on gold. I think it's a 50 leverage max. So 150. I'm not too sure if that's even. Is that gonna work on a 50 leverage? I'm not too sure. Like I know 150 would work on a 1 of 500, but 1 of 50, it might be a bit too low. I mean, you can try it out. Try testing on 0.01 lot. See how much margin percentage you have left. Then that'll tell you how much room you have to actually work with. I have a problem analyzing the chat. Like I know all the technical stuff, but I still have a hard time to read how the market is gonna be. Which part though? How long have you been trading for? I think it's just it's probably just practice. Like if you know all the technical stuff, you just have to keep applying that same technical stuff every day, right? And then as you do that every day, you like, let's say you show up every day, you mark up your support, your resistance, and over time you just get better with marking out those ranges and reading or find those levels. But that takes a bit of experience, right? With time. Yeah, 3-4 months is like, that's a good start. It's not enough time to like, you know everything you need to know. But yeah, 3-4 months, like, just gotta keep showing up. Show up every day, Monday to Friday, and just market your zones the same way. Look for your same ideas, right? Because everything should be like a routine in trading. You should find the same areas, find the same ideas, and then over time you now have like a playbook, right? You start creating a playbook. You can't have a playbook or start a playbook if you're not consistent. So I don't know how you trade, but like for me, support and resistance. So like every day, just have the same strategy to find support and resistance, right? The levels will be different each day because price will be different, but in terms of like same strategy, like for me, like I'll look at, like it's a routine of like look left, and then look to see what areas we struggle at, find the medium average, right? So I highlight areas I'm looking at, like this. This it looks like it's pretty evened out. I'll put a line right there. For this, I use that, right? Scan left to right. It looks like the average area was here, so that's what I found. And then here is just a minor resistance. I saw some struggle here in a small time frame, some struggle here, there, and boom, right? So like every day, you're not gonna get the same levels, but the routine of like, oh, looking left, right, doing the same, going through the same motions every day, and that's what trading is. Like you're gonna go through the same motions every day in trading. You're gonna get the same result every day, right? Some days you might get more, some days you might get less, some days you might lose money, but eventually, if you work towards a winning plan, you'll be a winner long term. So it's just time. It's gonna take some years. Not until you're profitable. You can be profitable, you know, in however long, but you get better each year. What about all-time highs? Nothing to look left at. Measure out the ranges, because if you're not, even if you're not all-time highs, if you have a range and you break out, you'll usually drive the same distance of the range plus more. So the range target could be a pretty key zone. So if this is all-time highs, I'll measure out this range and be like, okay, you have a range from here to here. Cool. So copy this, measure the pip count, and then mark up your next zone. It's gonna be like somewhere up here. It's out of my chart, but I'm assuming 48.40, right? So 48.40 is my next target if you were to break out, if you were all-time highs. So that's kind of what we did on NAS here. That's what we've been doing for like all-time highs on gold since 2024, and it's pretty consistent. It's the best strategy I found to measure and find like the next target areas so far. You learn a lot during and after. Yeah, you learn a lot every year. Like every year, like as much as I think, like I don't know what else we can find. We always find something new to add to the playbook. I see people trading gold NY open. I know it runs all day, but what is the optimal time to trade gold? Probably NY open. Yeah, NY session. You just have more openings. Like London session, gold works too. Asian works too, but Asian, you only have Asian opening. London, you only have London opening, right? Free London is pretty cool too, but NY, you have 8 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. opening, 8:20 COMEX open, 9:30 a.m. East, NYC open. So you have all of these openings for NY. You just have a much higher chance to move. So the NY session will always be like king if you're trading NY, or if you're trading gold. Always. Like some months it might move more during London. Some months it might move more during Asian. But it's always king NY. Because like look at what you have. Like probability is just gonna show NYs that move a lot more all the time. What'd you say, Wicked? I mean, I did grow my account about 35% from only because my RR is big enough to keep me profitable. My winning rate is 35%. Yeah, it's different ways to get profitable. You can have low winning rate, big RR. You can have the opposite. You gotta find your style, right? But find your style, you know. Don't get distracted by social media and shit, especially when you're new. My go-to mentor to start, Q Banks. Steve Morrow beat the market maker. That 20-hour course, and then that just taught me about indicators and like just a bit of market structure too. And then Q Banks, just price action. I scared off XYZ. Damn. I saw him yesterday though, or 2 days ago. What's up, Cookie? What we got, long or short? We got some volume we can wait for. Why are you watching the NASDAQ? I don't know. Everyone's asking about NASDAQ today. I'm like, damn. I mean, I'll cover it, but I'm not really going to trade it. Why you didn't take buys on the daily, on the news candle flip at 47.10? I think I was scared or something. I was probably like scared of something. And it was kind of mid, huh? A little bit. Should we go for long? I don't have any. I'm not too sure because I don't know what's gonna happen here, and I don't know if we have this range filled down here yet. So it's still a possibility of us following that same structure in a higher time frame. Still trying to figure out if this was enough of a lower high, right, to continue down. Because if it continues to break above 47.29, like this resistance, then you can start looking for a structure to kind of hold that zone. And if you get that, you can start looking towards continuations up. Because I think this too, yesterday, it didn't tap our zone. I think it tapped 65, but your top of the range fill was a little higher. I know there's not much of a big gap there, but it still matters when it comes to getting direction, right? Like you haven't tapped either end yet. You came close to both ends, like really close to tapping the bottom, really close to tapping the top, but still haven't filled both ends. So yeah, it's like when it comes to direction in these cases, it's like a 50-50 in terms of where we'll go next. So if it's a 50-50 in direction, I don't have much ideas right now. And we want to see this break to get volume, right? Because even like it can be even a double fake out. You can break back up above the range, fake out, and then still be in this area. But at least the difference is now you have highs and lows broken. So volume comes next, and then that's when you usually pick up, right? But you need a bit more structure in that. Like I think this is like not much has happened here after that massive move on Monday, Tuesday. That also had no liquidity. But yeah, I think what could be possible is not above 29, but you want to see this break. I'm assuming if you get ideas, maybe more so above 49. We'll probably let this range kind of make its way up, right? Because I want to see if it could continue holding 29. So let's say it pops up, it starts to pull back. If it's a fake out, we'll see it being a fake out right then and there. But if it continues to hold, then it should be grand bottom wicks to continue. And above here, 49 to go up towards 69 and onwards could be pretty doable. I think the daily also kind of leg candle, but more so doji. It's a very weak bearish candle. And you can feel that wick from yesterday. All right, we gotta see volume, right? So yeah, make that pop. That'd be nice. Next zones, I think more so above here. Above 49. You have a live Discord? No, but the Discord is in the works. The new one. There's someone who learned from you who has a 9% win rate on NASDAQ. I believe it. Penzo over here has fucking no losses right here. Penzo 18 in the chat. Him right there. He has no losses since June 2025. No losses since 2025. Penzo 18 right there in the chat. Since June. It's about to be a full year of not a single loss. Like, you know how like some streamers be putting like weekly results? Like, oh, we haven't lost in 42 weeks. This guy hasn't taken a single loss trade in a year. In a year. You know how crazy that is? That's like next level, like next level shit. I don't even know. Like, I've had 3 in the last year. But yeah, 0. So I definitely believe it. W Penzo. You scalp it up. All my trades are scalps. Like, I like to believe they're scalps. Sometimes they might last like 60 hours, but yeah, I like to believe they're scalps. You usually get in and out. How many trades does that Penzo in a year? Do you know? Prodigy. Do you swing trade? No, I scalp. Like we're usually in and out. Like I think my data says like we have an average hold time of 42 minutes. I think that's mainly because of that one time we had a 30-hour trade. That's a 30-hour trade. But scalps are like a minute or two usually, like on stream. A minute or 2 minutes, sometimes a couple seconds. Yesterday was a minute. So, but yeah, it's definitely not swing though. I don't have it in me to swing at the moment. Imagine like 2-3 weeks the whole time. Yeah, like keep looking at the same idea. Now let's just get in and out without price. Council did not answer any of our questions. Here, we'll wait till he comes back to ask him. He's had 10 losses in previous year. It's also very good too. What's up, Eddie? We got rejection here, guys. 47.29, just our reaction. I wouldn't say rejection yet. I think 1 hour closed here, pretty weak bullish, holding the range. So maybe a steeper bottom wick, maybe up. We'll find out. We will find out. Did anyone have any wick entries at 47.29 that's been watching our stream? Anybody wick entry sells at 47.29 today on that pop up? I don't think that was too bad of an idea. Nobody. Skills from you took London session earlier. London, what did London do today? London Thursday. Oh, London wasn't bad. Yeah, this little move right here. 330. Yeah, Asian look at kind of asked them. The NY. We can just sell some area. Oh, nice. That's a good trade. Holding buys, took a buy off the break and BE'd. Oh, a buy off the 29. How was 100% win rate for almost a year possible? Dude, so what, man? What can I say? What can I say? Y'all ain't gonna believe it if I didn't live stream it live every day. So I had to come back and live stream every day because no one believed it. Shit. But yeah, just I can't even believe it too though. Yeah, a small one at 47.29. Small sell. How many trades is that? Yeah, that's what I'm asking too, because I don't know how many trades he took in a year. Scalping too. Honest question, what are you using nowadays? I don't know if I've ever calculated my exact RR, but you know what could probably tell you a much better answer? I think right here. Is this RR? If this is RR, or let's see, what's my RR? I don't know. Is this RR 0.2, 0.22, 0.22 to 1? That sounds about right. I don't know. It's like it's kind of hard to tell because we set hard stops, and then after we set hard stops, we'll look for ways to manage before. But we've only had like one loss, and then this one was a full one. We didn't manage it here, did we? January 26th. Yeah, I don't think we managed this one here. This one was a full loss. But I think these other two, where is it? This one we managed it at 175. That was Penzel's last loss. This one, and then I think one before we managed it too. So like, I don't know, like our average stops have fluctuated, right? Depending on like how big the ranges are. So lately it's been more around like 1500 to 1900 off of what the higher time frame shows us. When we had this loss though, I think max is 700 because that's what conditions were. And then our gains, it fluctuates too, right? The bigger the ranges are, the more pips we do get. So like we've been getting a little more runners, right? But then lately it's been more rangy, right? So it dropped a little bit, like 40, like so. I think it's roughly the same. It's just might be more pips based on conditions. So if it's more pips, it's more risk, more gain. If it's smaller pips, it's like the same RR as if it were to be more. It just fluctuates. Down. Okay, so if this is RR right here, then this will be like 0.22 to 1. I don't know. Sharp ratio is different. I don't know. Let's just say maybe like if we're grabbing, I don't know, because when I get into a trade, I'm not like focused on RR, right? I'm focused on just like what areas make the most sense. So like if let's say we get a sell here, yeah, like let's say we put a stop here. All right, why would I put a stop there? Because this is the previous highs, right? So and then target would be what? Like I'll probably look to target the next logical area, like next reaction zone or next like zone where I think higher time frame might come to effect. I'll put it like here, right? So I'm looking for those concepts. I'm not looking at the RR to make the decision if I want to enter a trade or not, because the RR for me then would just be the trade itself. Like the trade itself is the RR, right? Like this trade has a high probable chance of playing out. So I don't know. Chat, what's your RR? For anyone who has a negative RR, what would be your average RR in chat? I think with time I have a better answer for you. I'm risking 10% of my account per trade. How much do you gain? 1%? Then that's if you gain 1% on average and you are risking 10 max, then that's like 1 to 10R. Negative 1 to 10R. The best time to buy is probably now, I think. Did you hear that sentence? That's like straight up confidence. And then what happened? Probably, I think. The best time to buy is probably now, I think. You gotta say this. The best time to buy is now. You gotta be confident when you enter your trades, you know? Confident but not delusional. High probability this move should continue down towards this zone because you're tapping so and so. .35 our average. 2 to 6 ticks. What's that, like candle ticks? If I win 1%, I lose 2 to 3. Has anyone here gone from like positive R to negative and then stuck with a negative? Or did you go back to like positive after? And then what did you what was a better experience? Like what did you get better results with? The guy who uses your strategy on NASDAQ makes about 80 to risk 320. That's pretty good. That's like 1 to 3. You have a pretty strong rejection here so far, guys. Kinda. You have a rejection. Let's see if this can like pick up in volume or something. Hopefully not like a 10, 11 a.m. day, you know? I risked 10 ticks to make 2 to 6 ticks, 8% win rate. Yeah, that sounds about right. I never heard ticks before though. Like that sounds like some isn't that like, aren't there like those bugs that stick on you when you go hiking? I first trade positive RR, changed negative RR. Negative RR is much better for me as it's more predictable in account growth. It's like steady. I did the same. I started with positive, and then I went to like I naturally shifted to negative, but I feel like I didn't give positive R like a fair shot because I've been trading negative RR for like 6 years now, right? I've only traded positive R for maybe like a year, so yeah, I didn't really give it like a fair shot. But I do think it's gonna cycle back, because everything in trading that I do, it always cycles back to the beginning, or cycles back to a concept I learned earlier on that I dropped. Like when I first started trading, I was thinking wick entries, right? We didn't cycle back to wick entries until 2023 or 2024, right? End of 23 or start of 2024. So like when I first started, that's why I started. I took a bunch of wick entries. Like I always try to get the top and very bottom, but then we transitioned back to that with a much more with other skills now, right? So we're able to find like the wick entries much better, or like find the areas much cleaner. For screenshot hard brokers, I can't go there. My trade that took risk option is not trade, so I got the oh yeah, so this is pencils. Yeah, you want me to share this pencil or no? I can share that. All right, cool. Yeah, this is pencils MT5 stats. So it's like just June, right? Last June. And then 11, -9, 19, 8, 11, 10, 18, 14, 115 for 2025. And then 2026. Damn, you have 30 this year? Oh yeah, you didn't take that loss in January, that's why. You didn't take that one with us. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. I took it out on Monday, now I'm in profit for the week. That's good. Now you got Friday. You can get some today. Put over the top. 100 on EU. Let's see. EU. You said a lot of volume. I don't believe it. For EU. Man, this is 50 pips, right? Is that how you calculate it? This is 50. Yeah, shit. 50 pips. It's so different from gold. Gold's like 1 minute you got 50. Nine pips on Tuesday. Yeah, to get 9 pips on the Euro USD, that's like me getting 900 pips on gold. That's not gonna happen. 9 pips on Tuesday. This one right here. How can I share my report MT5 with you? The Discord, but it's not open at the moment to the public. We have a new Discord in the works, so that is coming very, 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 very soon. And once that's up, everyone can join it. You guys can chat in there when I go offline. I think we have a pretty chill community right now. We got a lot of new people though since I came back. And there, yeah, you're in the last one. You're active every day. You're the only one sending charts, so we gotta see more of that from others. Benzie might get ahead of you, Don. He might, man. Shit. Whoever caught it at 47.17 is lucky. You caught it, right? You the one that said you we're looking for positions there. Oanda doesn't offer USD Don. I live in the US. Yeah, you can't trade Oanda gold for sure. You gotta trade futures. That's what that is. You gotta go find a futures broker funded, and then you'll be able to trade that legally with no issues. Five, 6 months bare minimum waiting time. That's the prodigy. Ticks are pips button futures. Ah, got it. Got it. Bro, is EU the move for Forex market? EU, when I first started trading EU, was kind of like, for me, wasn't my pair. I like trading. My favorite currency pair is GJ. This pair. I don't know what this is. Holy shit. They're trying to take somebody out. Like, what is this? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is crazy though. This move right here. What is this? This is 331 pips. This here is, wow, 600. Yeah, GJ. I like GJ. It was like kind of like gold, a little slower. But when GJ drives, it drives. When it ranges like forever. But when it drives, it just continues driving. So I think drive range liquidity might work if you're swing trading GJ. I think that might be good. I think if I were a swing trade, I wouldn't swing trade gold. Maybe like currency pair. Features in spot for gold, yeah, it moves pretty similar. You can check it out. Just search up GC, right? GC gold futures, and then this is, let's check it out on the 5. Let's see how similar is it on the 5. Pretty similar. Pretty similar. Different, but similar areas. Like you're ranging here, move down. This right here is a spike on GC. This here is nothing on gold. So yeah, it's like kind of the same. That's probably why I don't have a crazy US audience, because they can't even trade gold right now. They gotta trade GC, and I'm not American, right? So I don't have a reason to go to futures. Is it the same? I don't know. I don't trade it. It might be the same then. Gold fall? Question mark? Question mark? Why gold is up? NFP? came out, popped it up a little bit. It's just in the range though. We gotta break out of this at least today, man. So let's mark up this. We want to see that break. This is giving like April vibes. Back to the dark days of no volume. I was hoping and like Asian London could do something for NY, or so that NY can move. That's a leg candle right there in the 1 hour. I didn't see that. I was hoping yeah, Asian London can move so NY could like just pick up without having to wait for much. But London Asian was range, so NY should move. But I think less probability of a directional move then. Maybe you'll be stuck in this 900 pip range. I haven't traded the past 2 Fridays because I got cooked 3 weeks in a row. Finally sniped a Friday trade for 1% of account. It feels good. I remember one time I was, I think it was Thursdays for me. There was like, every Thursday for like, I think a month. Every Thursday we had drawdown. But it's just another day. You don't think too hard about it, right? It's just price will move how it wants to move. Each Thursday is different, or Friday or Monday or Tuesday, right? Each day of the week is gonna be different. So you approach it the same. If I spam these hearts, do you see them on your screen? Yeah, it's you. I see it. I see 100. There's only 5 emojis, right? Top 12 p.m. trading coming again. No 12 p.m. We have a leg candle reaction here. Let's see if you get a steeper top. Wait, could we get a leg candle fill? Four-port sells, neck being 13. Hey, we get the leg candle. I think the only thing is just this top wick. If we can get like a spike up, that'd be nice. And then maybe a back-to-back leg. No, I don't think that's possible. But closure back into the range, all of a sudden now it's like leg candle fill. We can look to grab that. I do want to see a break above first. So you can spike up at least above like 35 would be nice if you can push up. So you agree? Chat, if you guys are enjoying the stream, man, appreciate y'all can hit the like button. We're almost at 125. I think we're like 80 or 70 pips away from 125,000 subs. So 80 more pips away. Maybe next week, maybe Monday, Tuesday, maybe today. Who knows? If it closes above 47.32, the next range is 47.67, 6.8. I think I have the same thing. I have a 6.935 for the top of the range. I think part of that is because you did not tap it yesterday, although you were very close. You need to tap. here or here. So I have a 46.69 and 47.69, 1,000 pips apart exactly. Your name, your kid donvo. Remember that person chat who got there was someone in the old Discord that got a DVS tattoo. It seems like the only way for me to trade gold is tough. Yeah, if it's like, just go with futures. GC futures, you can trade GC. It's the same. You're trading gold still, right? But in futures. Oh, wine might be a little tough though. Is that what you do? No, I could trade gold. I'm not in the US. You're in the US, so you gotta go to futures. I'm not in the US, so I'm able to trade xauusd on my broker. Unreg broker, I think even unregulated broker you can't trade it. I might be tripping, I don't know. Yeah, you gotta switch it up, but yeah, you can trade GC though. Why do you find yourself trading gold, not GJ anymore or NASDAQ? Is it easier in terms of news and price action? Honestly, it's just like the pair that I have the most experience with. So I learned majority of my trading off of gold, right? I traded GJ for like 2 years, and then gold had been trading for like 6 years, almost 7. So it's just like, it's been working for me. I don't think there's any point of switching it up or changing it up. I've always said like I'll add like a different here's your push up here. Can you get a push up here? I've also said I'll add another pair. And if I do, it'll probably be US 30 or GJ, because I do have a bit of experience US 30 too. I think GJ, just because I'm already trading gold for US currency. Hey, you gotta push break the highs here. Can you now break back into the range? Or can you continue here, right? I don't know what's gonna happen here, but this is what I wanted to see, right? We wanted to see a push up, because now if you right, no guarantee, but this now sets you up for, if it comes back into the range, this could be something, right? And then if this can decide to push up above 49, then above there we'll start looking for closures. Above there holds, liquidity, and then or higher lows, and then we'll look for continuations up, right? You do have that wick fill in the 4 and a daily wick fill too up at that range. So it doesn't matter which end it goes to, we'll have ideas for both ends, but in between here and here is kind of where we're just going to be chilling for the most part, right? Outside of this range, like the green zones, is where we're looking for ideas at. So above there and then below here, especially this leg kind of right there, very key. So nothing I'm doing here between. Makes sense. Stick with what works. Yeah, stick with what works. Okay, if you find yourself EU, like that's your pair, you're most consistent in, no need to switch it up, because you don't want to have too many pairs as well. You have so many pairs, like you get bored of looking at one pair one day because prices are moving. You go to a different pair, and now you're just constantly hunting for trades, right? Like for me, it's like one pair gold. If there's nothing on gold, there's nothing for me to take at all. When you have like so many pairs, like you're just looking at USD CAD, you know, Euro USD, gold, US30, GJ, AUD USD, NZD CAD. Like you're literally searching up any pair to get a trade. It's just at that point you're just forcing it. $30-minute lead. Oh yeah, this one right here. True. 30-minute lead. On top of that, you have 1 hour lead. That's what that was. 1 hour lead candle and a 30-minute lead candle. So below here could be interesting. That is gonna be, what is this? Hey, you are your buys, Angel. Below here is gonna be 120, and then here is gonna be 60. All right, pushing up. Let's see, can it break 49? I think if it breaks 49, could we get, close this. Wait, this one, villain music. 47, 49, 383. This is a leg count too right here. Body reaction. So if that's a body reaction, could we get a, could that be a higher low then? Right? Because if you start reacting off of these areas, you start pulling back, and that's a higher low. And if you get a higher low, you come right back up. Maybe we can even shift the buy idea from 5-1 down to above here if you get a pullback, because that's how we're trying to figure out, right, whether this is a fake out. So any pullback is we good, because it works for both ends. It's like pullback could also be a higher low. Pullback could also take you back to the range, right? But the idea is that you want that next part of structure to form in order to get the next move. All right, you got a little pullback there, nothing too crazy, just one candle breaking the highs again. How much range is this? From here is 190. So yeah, above 50, you still got 200 pips basically. And the next zone above 47.69 is 47.90. And I think it then comes like 48.29 after that. And that's the top of the daily range. Let's see. If you break above 49 chat, so we'll let that break up and then pull back and then re-break. That could be an idea, right? But very key, just a pullback. So let's say you break up, you pull back, it looks like this, right? On the higher time frame, it looks like this candle. But on the smaller time frame, what you'll see is you'll see a pop up, you'll see this around the minute and the 5, you see structure. And then as you re-break the highs, we'll look for continuations above there to go up towards 47.69. And then I think what stops would be here, let's see. Because if you do continue up, $1,600, 45.88 zones. So that lot would be 0.06 lot for me. Let me just preset that just in case. 0.06. But yeah, let's see. Pullback now or prior would be good. If you get a pullback now though, you know, you want to see probably like a 31, 33. If you get a pullback above, you need to see a little break above the highs and then pull back to 49. What a move, almost 300. Yeah, this 30 minute is like 150. So from NFP up, it's been 400. Yesterday was what? What was yesterday's bearish move? 740. Insane. Still in the range though, even crazier, right? Like you move 700 down, you move 400 pip up today, but you're still have it moved overall. It's pretty good though. Quick 60 pips. Okay. That's a very nice trade, man. W Dushan. Tried the same thing on demo in the morning. Didn't work out well. Yeah, I think this one in the morning was probably because these pushes here didn't really do anything before it pushed, right? You see how like you're missing like bottom wicks here? It's like just missing liquidity. So it was just constant drives up, and you'll probably want to see a pullback at some point. So then after the pullback, this move becomes stronger up now to continue up, because now you have like these higher lows here forming. You have this one, then you have this one, and you also have this one too. So now it's just small higher lows and then continuation up. I'll be perfect. I think maybe stops was a bit too aggressive though. Okay, I think these stops are like kind of the middle of nowhere, right? It's like just in the middle of the range. So if it breaks back to the range, you're gonna easily just, you know, fill it and still go up, right? So I think in this case, if you're using I don't know what time frame this is, but at least like, I'll say at least below here. Like that's something we'll use in the 4. This is a 4-hour time frame. This will probably be like 1500 pips or something, right? But we'll use like a previous high. So usually I wouldn't use a strong support, but I use like below the wicks as a stop. So a little more below. I don't think this is a bad entry though. I think this would have been fine. Well, obviously it would have been fine. Just stops maybe. Bit of drawdown. But Penzo had the same thing too, right? I think Penzo had yesterday he had what did he get? The Asian session trade. A little bit of drawdown too at the top. But I think because his stops were a bit I don't know where stops were, but I'm assuming at least like below structure areas, right? Because you can come down here and that doesn't break structure. That can just be a higher low, right? But if let's say you continue down like this, like that, and then you start closing below, and then still that can still flip. But if you start getting bullish closures, it's like, oh, that should go up now, and then all of a sudden you start to get this, then at that point now you have like structure going against you, because you have this bullish candle held these zones. This could be a lower high. At this point you probably want to get out. Wait, this is in his position. This is Dushan's. Where was Pencil? I don't know where Pencil's was. Here? Oh yeah, this one right here. So like he had a little bit of drawdown, right? But this was still in the range. So if this was maybe came down and then it came up like this, right? Let's say it came up like this, and then it closed bearish below. At that point, it's much better to manage, right? But like the drawdown wasn't breaking any structure or anything. So the higher time frame just followed through. I should wait for steeper wicks. Yeah, like just liquidity. I think that's what's lacking. Like right here, like I wouldn't take a buy here, right? In these zones, I'll wait for structure, because this is also technically the first breakout. Although you have a bit of structure here, like on a higher time frame now, if we scale it back even more, it's like you don't really have structure. Like looking at the 4 here, like you can still, this is the range you're in, so the price can still do like anything in this area, right? It could even come all the way down here too and correct the move like that, right? So like higher time frame wise, it's not as set up yet, But that doesn't stop me from getting an idea, because then you can just wait for the smaller time frame, higher lows, right? So you shift back to the smaller time frame like this, and in this case here, all you want to see here is probably just like pullbacks and holds, right? So you could get pullbacks and holds, because every time you pull back, that's a reason for price to go down, right? So it's like you get a pullback right here, it looks like that, it's like that's a reason to go down. If it closes back into the range, it's likely a fake out, right? But let's say it goes down now, so you wait the move out, you don't get in yet, you wait that out, you then close back above the range. Wouldn't this be a lot better now? It's like now you have this to back it up. It's like if that was a fake out, it would have happened right then and there. There's no reason to come back up if you already rejected this steep. Right? So then all you gotta do after is wait for a break above here, and then take your buys after this forms. All right, so whenever you're unsure, or like whenever like you're looking at price and in terms of structure, it needs liquidity, like that's something I'll wait for to confirm that. 30 minute no bottom wick too, so if the 30 minute count flips, like what would you think? It's likely gonna flip bearish and drive down, right? And then you have like these leg counts too to the left, so like you can get a push down. But let's say your head is like set to taking buys, right? You only want to look for buys, that's fine. Wait for these things to clear out then. Like if you're unsure, if there's like conflict in price, there's like leg counts showing price can come down, there's no bottom wicks here, right? All you gotta wait for is just structure, because if you were to come down, it's coming down right now, right? But if it were to come down, it'll come down, flip, and continue. But if it comes down and it rips back up, that's your liquidity right there. That's what your bottom wicks, that's what your structure would be. So that's what helps me determine it. So like, you know, it's not like I didn't like, you know, I didn't think price can push up here. It's more so like I want to wait for price to push up, and then I need a pullback to confirm that we're gonna stay up. Otherwise, I'm still worried about this flipping or leg candle fills coming down, right? Which was yesterday. Remember yesterday's price? Yesterday's price, when price is going up, what do? We're like, no, because there's no liquidity, right? There wasn't no bottom wicks or anything. It kind of just came up on its own without grabbing much structure, followed by you're just pushing up without structure, right? So there was no pullbacks. So then we're just like, not that we predicted a pullback, but that was like an outcome, because high chance if there's no pullbacks on the way up, this entire thing is possible to correct. Like there's a much higher probable chance of correcting, because there's not a lot of structure coming down. So it's not like we expected a pullback, right? It's just like be open to the idea that there's a high chance to be a pullback. So you don't even have to get in on the pullback, because then that pullback can set you up for more buys. Like you pull back yesterday, what does today set you up for? More buys, right? Because if that pulled back and didn't drive down, that pulled back and held, then today, if it comes back up, that should be a drive. Higher chance to be a drive. So you're just playing with probabilities with the structure, but it doesn't always give a position. I think that's what a lot of traders get confused with. It's not like otherwise it's like, oh, why didn't we enter at the top, right? We didn't know it was going to reject there. We knew that there was a reaction zone, but not enough to say that it's going to reject, right? Just enough to say that it could slow down there, which could lead to the higher low printing. All right, you got some pullbacks here, guys. Yeah, a little bit of pullbacks here. So can you break back above? I think, yeah, I needed to see this a little steeper. It was pretty slow to come down, but if it breaks above 49, taps into 5.4, pull back to 49, the rebreak of that 5.4 would be pretty good. 1 hour looks pretty good still. You have a closure in 15. Or in 15 or 13. So in NASDAQ right now, wait for pullbacks. NASDAQ, I think you're breaking the highs, right? Let's see. Oh, you're about to tap the reaction zone, right? So this is an all-time high on NASDAQ, and this is what we used today. We just marked out the ranges, and it gave us like a 28.59 as like a slowdown area. So yeah, if I'm looking at NASDAQ right now, and you're approaching a potential resistance, I would expect it to react. So what that means is like when it taps it, you can get a reaction. You can hover here, hold here, because price is gonna make a decision on what it wants to do here, right? Either if it continues driving, or either if it pulls back, creates higher lows before driving, or maybe higher lows for lower highs to continue down. But this is like a zone where it'll make a decision at. So whenever it taps like decision zones, that's when you kind of want to just chill out a little. Although it looks like it's flying, right? NASDAQ and gold both going up. But yeah. $10 a.m. here. Let's see if we can get a trade today. We're at 3 for the week, so that's up there. A little bit of volume. You too, man. Enjoy the weekend. Peace out, Addy. Take it easy. I got a pin Divas 02 here. News in 10. What do we have? Oh yeah, we have orange folders. Prelim UOM consumer sentiment. Prelim UOM inflation expectations. Final wholesale inventories. No idea what any of that means, but orange folders. So there's a chance that you could get more volume on these folders than you had for NFP, because the volume kind of already came in from NFP. So this should give you a drive or something with the folders. So it could pick up here too at 10 for the rest of the session, hopefully. Then you got more at like 12 too. President Trump speaks at 12. So, I mean, hopefully we're not on by that time. Then later on, 2:20 and 7:30, markets close. True. Oh, here's a drive. This is good. Still driving here. Still holding, huh? It came down a couple times, but still holding 29, so that's very good. Good for structure. Yeah, 4 hour looks very clean to fill the wick in range. So let's see. Can we get ideas at 5-2 later? Hey Toby, how did you know where NASDAQ would struggle? See a pullback? Might you able to tell me where I can find explanation? Yeah, we found this morning on we found this morning. I think when people were asking me about NASDAQ, it's just all-time high. Like this, the strategy I have at all-time high. So I just measured out the previous ranges. In this case, I measured this out. I didn't think this was part of the range, so I measured that out. Is that what I measured out? 1.6. What did I measure out? How did I get? What did I measure out to get this again? This is 2.7. Oh, I think I measured this out. This is what I measured out. So I measured out this range right here, right? And I just kind of copy and pasted that same distance, and that gives me the next resistance for all-time highs, because like that's the range we're in before breaking out. So when you break out, it's roughly the same distance. Like high chance it has to break through. Like usually it would break through, but like you react at that zone, right? So you can see like a little bit of struggle at these areas, just a little bit. It could lead to potential pullback or something, but it's an area of struggle. So it's just like all-time high strategy that I use on gold, and it looks like it works, or what? Looks like it somewhat works right at NASDAQ today. Because there's no data to the left when you're looking at all-time highs, right? You're going off of just numbers.
I love music.
Exams and Iceman release date. GG's, man. At midnight though? All right, 5 minutes for a closure. We can get ideas before, depending on how fast this rips and pulls back, right? But yeah, like 98 more pips, and then if you can get a pullback, that'll be nice. So next zone for NASDAQ, if I'm looking at the same type of thing, is, what is this? 1.1. Oh, it's already tapped that zone. You even go in a smaller time from 2 and do it. Measure out this range. Copy paste that above. That'll be like roughly here. Could be a reaction zone next. 29014. Maybe a little lower. 29012. News in 4 minutes here. More news. No problem, man. Chat, 59 likes. We can get to 100, you think? God damn. 59. You know, I like it's just a, scroll down, click the button. No, free, no charge. I know everyone already has ad blocker on, so at least I like, you know. It's my only job. Yeah, this is my only job. Monday to Friday, I have a shift between 8 to 11 in the markets. I wonder if we can also get wick entry sell ideas too, because you're pushing up without. Well, you have a bit more structure today than yesterday, but I think reaction zones won't be too bad of an idea. Could be between 90, but we can get buys to then, right? That'll be even better. Let's see. I'm about to break 49 here. We have a 1 hour closure as well. No top wick. We'll see how much of that is in effect. $250. This is 380, 580, or 58. 250. This right here, 64. Why set the slow 2K capital for trading? Why you have high win rate? I think this is the balance that I want to show to the public. Oh, here we go. Rejection at 49. Let's see. Oh shit, look at that. NASDAQ rejected that area too, 29012. We just found that zone as well. Right, so same strategy, just measure the ranges, right? It's pretty consistent. Peace out, Price. Take it easy, man. See you Monday. I'll be here for show, for show, for show. What piece of advice would you give your younger self when you started this journey? To take your time. And take my time and don't rush. And then don't worry about the destination, because you'll get to that destination regardless. So don't worry about it in the process. Just worry about the process to get there. Rejection here. Let's see. This is another higher low too if it goes up, so it won't be bad for that. Some good information right here. 1 hour no top wick, so if that's an issue, then you'll see it being an issue, right? What's the next higher time frame zone for NASDAQ? NASDAQ is just pumping, huh? 29,183. Yeah, I think that'll be the advice, because every time I've rushed is when you go back 10 steps. Even when it comes to like the plays and like creating plays and sample sizing them, like even when it comes to that too. Let's see. Remember earlier we mentioned ideas for sells for the light candle. I think I mentioned this box right here, but I'm gonna move it up towards 23 because you made such a steeper high, right? Like if you were to come down again into this range, as long as you have some structure coming down, I think there's still a possibility that you can come down for a bottom wick, right? And then still come up bullish. And if that were to happen, we'll definitely take buys before 47.49, but that'll be enough now. And then yeah, if it comes down and creates like some structure, lower highs, that'll be key. Like kind of body reactions off that would be nice. And then we can look for ideas coming down, right? So we'll look for them there for now. But if what happened yesterday happened today again, where it just doesn't pull back, just continues pushing, we also still have this leg count down here at 47.15 to take. So we can always just keep following price down. But just let this set up yet, right? Like clearly you haven't been set up today yet. You had to push up, but I think you can get something a lot more than this push up in terms of ranges today. I don't think the day has started, or just started actually at 10 here with that news. Which, how did it come out? Numbers came out good, negative, neutral, positive. So just mix again, right? Same as NFP. One neutral, one good, one bad. I think this folder has more potential than NFP to move. Looking at the way it's moving so far. Spreads are also a lot tighter. Look how weak. One and done dub today. Thank you. Of course, man. See you Monday. Cookie. Penzo, why you do me like that? It's always been here for a while. It's been here for years. I need to have is there a bot? I think this is on Twitch, but there was like a bot where I can keep track of watch time. I can do a command for watch time. I'll show you how long you've been watching for. I mean hours. Oh, here goes the 4-hour flip. Here goes the 4-hour flip. So let's see, actually, let's lock it in. Let's see what we got with this information now. All right, so we didn't get the buys, not because we didn't think buys would play out, but that push up could set us up for more buys. Yeah, it came back down. You can still flip it, right? But you can also still come down and create a steeper higher low. As long as it holds 4,700, any given point it can still come back right back up. So this can also be a higher low. So don't be too much in a hurry yet. I think if I'm looking for ideals, it'll likely be below 47.15. If you can break below there, create all that structure. I want to see how fast it takes to correct this, because this is a range here It spent a long time in this range, maybe 12 bars. So if you get a 1-2 pop correction of it, that'll be a very key indication that you have a lot more volume coming down and on the way up. But you can see 10 a.m. news here, a lot better than NFP so far, right? Look at NFP's move up. You corrected that move in 10 minutes so far. It's only been 9 minutes in the 10 a.m. news. So, and think of it as like NFP was what introduced the volume today, and 10 p.m. is what's gonna take it somewhere. What's up, Richie? You gotta change your display pic, bro. I can barely see your name. Taking wick entry buys, okay. Expecting a reaction. Seems as yesterday, we'll see. It's a little different because yesterday came down steeper, so today it could still come right back up, right? I think I'll have a much clearer picture below like 46.98. If you break that, and it's like, as long as you get a top wick after that, you're like directionally bearish. Oh, clean through that range. So let's see. Look at the volume, right? A lot cleaner than the way up. Could we take lower wick entry buys or wick entry sells if it pulls back up? I don't think it's bearish enough. If this is like happening down here, as you pull back, wick entry sells, because it'll be bearish enough, right? But this right here is the very first push into the range, so still need a leg kind of body reaction. Let's see, you have one right here coming up, so pay attention to this zone at 47.16. You want to see basically a rip through, a pullback, right? And then if it continues to hold 16, the re-break out lows, and then below there will be your continuation sells. So you're looking for this range, which is going to be 67 pips if you pop. Not bad though. All right, 1-2 pop correction. It's pretty good volume, much better than this thing. I think this move down, or this volume today, might be better than yesterday. Yesterday was very slow, even on the way down. That's why it took us forever to get the sells. It just wasn't as consistent. The move down was still very weak looking at it. And today's a lot better. All right, bro. Almost feel 30 already. Yeah, 30. There's also the 1 too. The 1 and the 30 are both. How much was that 30-minute leg candle fill? Like 43 pips? Got 2%, W2%. W2%. So smart from the city. No top wick on a 1 big rejection down. Classic. Yeah. That 1 hour did have no top wick. First pull back up here. Let's see, could it be a 5 leg in 2 minutes? This is the first pull back up after the move down. So this would, the more pullbacks you have, the more bearish you'll be, right? But this is the first one, so be cautious because it can easily still flip right back up. And if it does, ideas for us above 5.4, those ranges will be good. You have some minor resistance here, so be cautious of that too. 44. Let's delete 29. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. Clean and simple. All right, so this is what you have right now. You have a push down, right? You have a pullback, first pullback. So this can still come right back up. This is just a higher low if it does, but if you have a pullback and then you have this becomes a lower high since this push, and this becomes much stronger. That becomes much stronger. So below here could be continuation. All right, but if it's a higher low, come right back up. Above here, it'd be great to go up towards 6.9 still, and that might be a stronger push because you have lower highs or higher lows now, right? We're waiting to see higher lows. And this compared to this was a lot better of a push down. Five leg, yep, you have a 5 leg here too. I can delete this now. I don't think I need this blue zone. You said that he understands. Yeah, I understand Polish. If anything, Don speaks Polish. I think they're afraid to or something. Like everyone's in like positions or something. Or everyone's waiting. What y'all waiting for, chat? Time is now. Chat, 75 likes, chat. We can't get to 100. But 25 more likes. 25. Here we go. First lower high. So leg candle bought a reaction next or the 1 hour leg candle. If you can come down for a 5 leg candle fill, it takes you right down towards the 1. Talk fast. You can get off the charts, got W set up and caught that 1%. W weak. Okay. Peace out, bro. Gone at 29, saw there was profit. Want a runner, hit BE. Oh, for the buys? No runner? No trail? We might have the same sells yesterday, guys. Same exact price point. Below 16. And this time maybe a runner. Almost there. Like 90 pips away. Hope you get sells down. My buy limit gets triggered at 46.92. Where's this 92? 46.92. Oh, right there. That's a pretty good zone, yeah. That's a pretty good zone. What are you looking for? Like a retest of the high swing, or are you looking for just like a reaction? You got 78 pips there minimum. Maybe 180. Oh. That volume? Let's see. It's taking a little longer to come down, but slowly coming down. So you want to see it break, chat, okay? Let this break. Pull back. You'll get something like that. And second re-break likely. That's your leg candle on the 1. No risk, no Rari. True. No, man, please don't slow down. You know, golden, like, look at this. It's still in the range. Holy. Lots? Oh, good question. Good question. I think, yeah, that's a good question. I didn't think about it. Lots and stops. I think we'll attempt like 46.35, 1200. 1200. So I think stops could be, or 1300, 48, 40, 48, 45. So 1300 pips. I think that's 0.08, 0.08 for me, 0.07. You're in this? Soon. Just waiting for literally break below 16, pull back and hold, and in continuation. Just a 1 hour leg candle fill. That's it. That is the idea here. So same play we've had all morning. NASDAQ still making its way up towards 129, 183. So bullish. All right, here we go. What is this? Is this gonna be the move? Why are we looking for sells if trend is still uptrend in 4 hours? I'm not looking for just sells. I'm also looking for buys above 47.54, but I'm following price. So, man, fuck. Yo, honestly, it's just way too much to explain because I've been repeating it literally the last week. Wait, it's way too much to explain. But basically, I'm looking for both positions. Okay. There are buy and sell ideas. There's higher time from sell ideas. There's also lower time from buy ideas. Yeah. So we got both ideas. Take your positions, please. Take whatever you want to take. Enable closed captions. What is that? Is that captions? What's closed captions? Like when I talk after it shows the captions like as a delay. Huh. Watson stops. Wait, did I not say it, Penzo? I think was that mudded? Oh yeah, I'll talk about something else. Oh, stops are like zero. Stops are I think 1300 pips, and then lots are like 0 0.0 0.07 0.08 for me on this account. What time is it? 10:30. You have a 30-minute closure in 3 minutes. Could this be the push? Could we come below 47.16 on this pop? Bro, I'm back. Been a while. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. First message though. Or maybe it doesn't show. What's up, Jordy? How's stream? Jordy, did you see speed in Dominican? All right. Are we gonna get some? I might close a leg candle if it closes the way in 3 hours. 3 hours though. So let's see. Maybe you can fill the 1 hour bottom wick before. You think it's gonna dump? I gotta see. I don't know. This could still rip back up. I'm just like, I think that pullback would kind of help us with that idea. Like if it rips down and then pulls back, if it just rips down, I'm not gonna be part of it. All right, because I need that pullback to confirm if we're gonna still come up, because this can be a higher low. So that pullback, adding that pullback as a confirmation away forward, which is also just a 1 hour leg candle reaction, really, right? That really helps the idea. 10:30 here, no bottom wick. If that's an issue, we'll see. If it's an issue, we'll see it, right? So that pullback also helps with this 3rd minute no bottom wick too. So that's perfect. 100 likes for real. We had 170 2 days ago, and then today we're barely getting a. Yes, yeah. You know what it is though? Some people just might have the stream mudded because they're just switching between different streams. But we might get some here. Let's see. Can we get a pop here? All right, you got a pop, and you get 1 hour like candle body reaction. You probably want to see if you get a reaction. It could come up towards 23. I like to see that 23 getting tapped, and then from there we'll see if this is gonna come back up above or continue to stay below, right? But if it, let's say, it comes up, comes down again, that's another lower high too, followed by these ones. These are kind of smaller, but right. But 3rd minute has no bottom wick, so if it does go up, here's a chance. And then if it does go up, ideas could be above 44 for us for buys, which is like 240 pips away. The idea is a 1 hour lay, right? So just pay attention to that. Some minor zones here. Worst case below here too. This is, put one line actually. If we don't get this range, right? Because we need volume. We'll wait for this to be volume. If it does push through with volume, we'll see it. If not, then below 4709 down towards 4701, still 80 pip range. So I'll be clean too. Took a 3-month break from trading because of college exams and shit. Now I feel like I've forgotten everything. I don't know if that's the case. Now you just need to, like, you know, show for a couple more sessions. You should find the rhythm. No, 3 months is a long time. I don't know. I've never taken a 3-month break. The longest break I've taken was like a month. I think for Christmas. Like 23 or something. So 3 months, I can't really talk from experience. It was a long time though. 90 days? That's like a whole quarter. 3 years? Yeah, 3 years. That's mad long. Three years is insane, actually. Still struggling. Still very, very, very slow. Volume sound look a little bit like yesterday's. Hanzo, yeah, stop sending those gifs. Those jeeps. Yeah, I remember you, bro. 100%. What methods? Orange julep, dude. What methods? Maybe F1. What methods would you take, knowing what you know now, to make trading a full-time job? Like, what do you mean methods? Like trading styles? Or what you mean by methods? Trading styles been the same for me. We've been price action only for like 6 years now. In terms of scaling, scaling, that just comes with time. I think you just treat like any account size you have as if it's like any other regular account. I wouldn't like look at an account and be like big or small. I just treat every account the same. And then as you get consistent, you'll see the results. Your account grows. And if like you want more capital, you know, there's different ways for you to get capital. But let's say one of them is like working a job. Sometimes you gotta work a job to get capital, right? So you can work a job and then set like, I don't know, percentage of your paycheck each week or month to put towards your account and slowly grow it. Or you can go on a funded, try that out, right? So you can get capital that way. But in terms of trading alone, like it should be the same though. Like same execution, same risk parameters, everything should be the same. Because when you get to a point where it does get to a much larger balance, you're not gonna do anything different. You're doing the same thing because you built those good habits around that small account already. So when you go from small to big, there's no transition. A lot of times people are like trying to flip their smaller accounts to get to a much bigger amount. And then when you get to that bigger amount, they freeze because they didn't practice that discipline on the smaller account. They just took it as whatever. So then when you got to a big account, they actually start thinking more, start trying a little more. And you shouldn't be having to try more as your account grows. You should be trying the same amount as if it were to be a smaller account. And that's what's gonna grow you as a trader. Let's see here, re-breaking the highs again. So could this take you up on the 1 hour flip now? Right, 30-minute no bottom wick on that closure. You got the one with the leg candle body reaction zone at least, but this could still rip all the way back up. This can still be a higher low, right? It didn't break any structure, didn't break this low, didn't break this. The only thing is you have about 23 minutes until 1 hour closure. So this is some new info, right? We'll see. The only thing is it's kind of far. Like for us to get the buys, we need to move at least 200 pips. I got a question, by the way, your new DVSL 2 or whatever, like what are the perks and shit? DVSL 2 is DVSL 1 is just like you get the live trading, you get the live Discord. So there's no delay there. You get the live signals sent to your Discord. And then the only difference between that and DVSL 2 is DVSL 2 has the actual course. And DVSL 2 also gives you, or if you get the one with the DVSL 1 package combined, it'll give you both. It'll give you DVSL 1 for a much cheaper price. Just check out the website. I think it'll show like the perks for both DVSL 1 and 2. Any sell ideas? Yeah, leg candle fill on the one. The same thing we've been like kind of repeating throughout the day. Just we've had the same idea all day today. So just waiting for that one particular move since the morning. And it's very close. All we gotta do now is break below 47.16.5 pull back and hold, continuation. It's loaded yet. There's also updates as well. It's everything I do to this day. F1, no. I played iRacing and other sims. Let's see, we got 20 minutes and then I think we'll start placing a session stop loss after, guys, because it's about to be 11, right? So if we call it a day, then it's fine. I think still 3 trades for the week, right? How much are we up for the week? How much are you guys up for the week? I think we are doing, I think we're up 80 pips. Nothing crazy. I think 1.67% for the week. Last week was 1%. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Three trades. Tree. Much love, bro. Get easy. $16.67. Damn, we both got 6.7. 21%. $2.3. That's good. May's been a lot better. So been AFK from the world since 2024, bro. Kept that low profile. Iceman got leaked, huh? This January this year, I quit my job. Been living great since. Your teaching was amazing, bro. GG's. Damn, AFK. Congrats, man, on quitting your job. Wait, quitting your job to go full-time trading? This man can't get leaked. That guy has like 10-way authentication on that album. No way. We're gonna run this one up to 1 million, yes. It's been 1 year. So we brought from 1K to 2. What's the balance right now? 2.4 with withdrawals every month. So we're gonna keep doing that. Same routine. Monthly withdrawals all the way to the milli. Might take some years though, but I think it'll be a perfect live example. All on stream this time. Has anyone actually been following like every single trade? Like if you've been here since we first came back on YouTube, I think you'll be up like I think 12%, something like that. Let's see. Came back around this time. I think, yeah, 13% past month and a week. What is your goal for this year? I don't have a goal for the year. Like in this account, I don't have a goal for the year. Just be consistent with it. Year 1 is done. Year 2, just, yeah, keep collecting data. But I don't have like a goal or anything for the account this year. What the fuck are these positions? Hey man, if you don't like the positions, there are tons of streamers that take different entries and ideas, right? You can just go watch whoever you like. Whatever matches, whatever floats your boat, man. Whatever floats your boat. Yep, 4% in the signals, let's go. 45% in the signals. Damn. Good shit. Four or 5%. How much are you risking, my G? Yeah, how much are you risking? Discord's not open, so if we get this push, I'm up 1.52%. Took a 6% loss on Monday. For the week, up. Oh, you're still up for the week then. 300 runner. Holy. Yeah, we haven't had a runner in a minute. When was the last runner? April 10th? April 7th? Oh, here we go. Is this it, guys? The move that we've been waiting for since all day today. But is the weight gonna pay off here? Let's see. Can you get a push below 16, right? I'm assuming more so below 10 was what is where we'll get entries at, but there's a possibility, since he did come up to create lower highs there, that we could get them between 14 and 10 on our way down. 1 hour leg candles what we're looking at. So let this break the lows, pull back and re-break. Still got to move down like 25 pips here, right? And then let that pull back. It could tap into like 13, then pull back, and then the re-break lows after the pullback. 0.07 lot, 1300 pip stops. I think stops we're looking at, what was it again? 48. So yeah, 0.07 lot for this account. Man, you gotta be like deaf or something. You know what? Let's just focus on these positions here. 10 more minutes until a 1 hour closure. Let's see. Could it be positions? Three more likes until 100. Ooh, we hit it. Thank you, guys. 101. This volume is pretty inconsistent. Like there was like how long was that break? Like this was 16 minutes, 15 minutes basically of like just or 20 minutes of range. Kind of picked up again here. It's kind of similar to yesterday. I'm recording in case I win the most. That you can record, do whatever. The streams, every stream has been up on YouTube after losses or no losses. So feel free. Feel free. New York at the 1 hour really like selling. New York at the 1. What time did this sell at the same time yesterday? I think so, right? Oh, here we go. Could this be 1 hour leg candle fill, right? So let this break 13 and then you just need a pullback, or let it break the lows and then you just need a pullback here. Just don't mind this zone here. Can we get a pullback? Let's see, can we get a 15.93? Move it towards there too. I have this zone set up as well. So almost, right? Gotta see this pullback here, and then we gotta see how long it takes to come back down. Where'd you tap there? You tapped, I think 15 something. So it could be a second re-break here. All right, so let this re-break 13, and then we'll, if it's like slowly, like it kind of how it did just now, it was like within one motion, came up, right back down. We'll wait for it to break below this 13 zone and then pull back to 14 instead. We won't use a 15. And then a second re-break of this, right? So if this were to flip, let it flip, let it drive, and then a pull back towards like 14, and then continuation. Still got all of this range here if it continues down. So close. But it could still be a higher low, right? Especially with like kind of how slow it's coming down here. It's literally the same as yesterday. That's why yesterday it took us forever to get those sells. The volume wasn't like as consistent. Same with this too. I'm trying to see if we can have a different buy zone, but I don't think it's until 40, maybe 35 above there. If you can break through all of that. If it was just a push of bullishness and then we complete bearishness, what does that mean? How come it's collective? How come it seems like you're just like yelling at me? We tap 16. Yeah, we tap 16. Let's see how fast is this re-break. 2 minutes so far, 3 minutes. It just seems like you yelling. You think we are headed back up to the highs? I think there's potential. I just, if you can break through here, that'll be a clear sign, because like look out, like all the structure kind of made on the way down. It wasn't too strong of structure, but it's enough to say that if you were to get a candle coming up, like a 1-2 pop correction, then yeah, above 37 could be ideas. It's a possibility, right? Like this move down is very slow, and momentum's not there yet, but that could change at any time. That can also, you can also just rip down right here, right? But that's, I think that's why my buys are more so above here, because I won't be having enough confluences to tell whether it's going to come up until that area. Because anything below here, technically after this move, is could be making lower highs too, right? Like any pullbacks you get, you can literally come back up, lower highs to continue. So it's still a possibility of lower highs, but I think this is when it starts to break a bit of structure. So at that point, you can look for more continuation buys. I think us last year would have gotten positions here, I'm pretty sure. Like the last couple of years, 100%. That's just like the re-break, right? Joe, what do you guys rate price action today, man? I'm not gonna lie, man. This is a pretty weak NFP. Terrible price action. I'll give it like a 5, you know, 5 out of 10. Let's see. Spreads are not bad, but it's really struggling here at these zones. The only big actual thing today was the news. Yeah, 10 a.m. was more than the NFP too, so. All right. So we'll give it another minute, wait till 11, and then we'll see if highs or lows are made for the 1 hour closure. How's the one gonna close here? Let's take a look. And we'll set a session stop loss after. But we could still get a trader, okay? Let's see. What is this? Still within this range, right? So I think that's also part of it too. Like look at where you're sitting. You're just in this range. Even though you moved up down yesterday, right? You moved up today, like it didn't change anything. Those movements are just within the ranges on a smaller time frame. Tradable though, but I think to get direction, like we want to see, would be more so once you start breaking out these ranges, which is a 1,000 per range. All right, so 1 hour closure, close. I think bearish here. No top wick, could easily come back up for a top wick. I wonder if we can get wick entry buys instead if you just make your way down. What is this? 46.98. Could we get a wick entry buy instead? This move down is like showing no volume. 46.98. What is that? 46.98. I think that's pretty possible. If we don't end up getting the sells down, there's always that too. First initial reaction, right? This move down barely has any structure and it's been very weak. So if you get wick entry buys, you're looking for like a price to make lower highs to continue down, or a price to make let me just draw an arrow for me so it's easier. Let's say you get a wick entry buy, you're looking for like a first initial reaction, right? So very key comes down without structure, like the way it's been doing. You're looking for that to continue down, or you're looking for this to continue back up, but you're expecting a reaction at these ends. We can still get the leg candle, right? It's just you need like volume. You think of traveling stay off the charts? I think even when I traveled, I was on the charts. Well, like trading's only like 2 hours of my day. It's just in the morning, you know, and then the rest of the day you're kind of just doing whatever. %10 break. Okay. Love to see it, man. It was a new XYZ. I don't know. XYZ be saying different stuff. Let's see. If we don't get the leg candle fill, we can also still get 98. It'll be nice if we can get the leg candle fill, right? That'd be very nice. You're holding the body area though. You're holding the leg candle, which is 17. Could this be? Right, because you see this how it's been doing, like it's been like since here at least, it's been kind of like driving, range, pullback, driving, range, pullback, driving, range, pullback. Like to break that cycle, you need to drive. Like I need to do a back-to-back drive, because that hasn't happened. So if that happens, that's going to break the cycle, and that's when you can tell there's volume, which is why I'm thinking if we wait for that, we may miss out on this range, because then your next drive is here, your next drive is there, and that could be a wick entry buy for a pullback. And if you continue to break 98 below there, you have continuations all the way down towards the daily flip. We have like so much room out of it, like if you were to come down. How many people from chat are in Canada? Let's see. Chat, who's Canadian here? Spam a Canada flag if you're Canadian. Montreal, orange julep. Can go be traded 2,000 capital in the US. I don't think you can trade going to US. You gotta go to futures, man. Montreal, Lebanon. That'll be Lebanon. Yeah, we're pretty global. It's like people on my site from even like China. Or no, not China. Vietnam. A lot of Viet people. Singapore, Poland, India, everywhere. America, Europe. Europe's pretty big too. Albania. Almost like Poland, white and red. True. True. Mongolia. Yeah, Mongolia too. Cambodia. Bro, tonight to 4,800? Can't? 4,800? I think possibility. I wouldn't count it out. Just, I think above 37, you'll be able to tell. Finland? You know Egypt, of course. I know a good amount of countries. I got like an 82 in geography. I got an 82 in geography in like grade 10. One of my best classes in grade 10, aside from gym and art. Yeah, we saw in GeoGuessr. GeoGuessr wasn't fair. GeoGuessr was just Europe. They didn't teach us much about Europe and Canada. Too much going on in Europe. Too many countries. Finland, Sweden. Yeah, I know Finland and Sweden because of hockey. Slovakia, Czech Republic, Netherlands. Golfing can on the 5. Which one? This Bears one? Which is the send visa? Italy? Oh, Italy. Philippines allow crocodiles? Isn't that Florida? Ethiopia, The Weeknd. He's Ethiopian. Came on stream. Send it in Discord. What is that? Hey, who's from the US here? What state from the US? Yo, Price, you gotta hop off, bro. You came back 3 times today. You gotta hop off. You gotta call it a day, bro. Take your win and don't even look at the charts for the rest of the day. Or if you want, look at the charts and sit in your hands. Please, bro. Please. Be disciplined. You're still on? Yeah, I haven't gotten none. We might call it a day soon, though. This thing is not moving. Connecticut, Texas. Connecticut. Where's Connecticut? That's like South? Southwest? Middle area? Middle of America? Bottom left-ish, middle? Right next to NY? Oh, that's East then. Yeah, I don't know my American states. especially like that middle part. Uganda, Pakistan, Cali. So you don't know Canada? Nah, I know a little bit of America, but I mean, yeah, we learned about Canadian geography growing up, so I know majority of that. If you ask an American though, they're not gonna know anything about Canadian geography. Like they probably never heard of Nunavut or like Prince Edward Island or like Northwest Territories. Play it on stream. Algeria, Kenya. Map tap. Let me see. And so no way you want me to play this game and it's gonna show my exact location. You were gonna just doesn't it load you up at your location? Every time I see a Geo game, I'm like, I gotta see. Yeah, don't worry, I have experience with that though, so I figured I'll open it on the other browser. All right, chat, you're moving here. Leg candle closure. Come visit us one day. All right, chat, lock this in. 1 hour candle, leg candle fill. So can you break below 09.17? Is that gonna be some? Yeah, push here, right? So can we get another push? That'll take you right below 04, 05, 09, all of that. Leg candle fill in the 1 hour is still a thing, right? You still got around 80 pips left in that candle. And I think TP target areas could be like roughly here. Can we get a push here? No pullbacks. If it pulls back again, it's still in the same cycle because after every push down, it's been pullbacks, right? Push down, pullbacks, push down, pullbacks. You haven't gotten a push. So that push will be a break of the current cycle. And that'll be good news for volume and all of that. So will the wait pay off today? This is sell and hold. Oh, here we go. All right. Pull back towards 09 and then re-break at the lows. Okay, chat, get ready. 0.07 lot for us. Pull back. Can we tap? All right, there we go. So re-breaking this low will be in there for sells. Okay, get ready. Could be quick. BEs are gonna be like 05 zones. All right, wick entry sells on the re-break lows there. BEs will probably be on the re-break of this low. I think we got 16 there. I think right here at these zones will be like BE zones. So the re-break. And then TP, we're looking to target the leg candle fill, which is at 0265. All right, and then trail stops are gonna be right below here. So we can just re-break the lows below here. You could get what we're gonna do is move stops to BE and then trail stops 19 pips in profit if it arrives to 04. And then TP's down here, so we'll keep trailing below 04 for sure. All right, where's my trade? There it is. Can we get a re-break? Can we get a tap? 0578. Not yet. Almost. This wire candle looks so nice too. Looks like it's gonna fly straight down towards the leg candle. If you want to attempt a steeper runner, you could. I'm just gonna leave TP there for now though. If you want to attempt a steeper runner, you could. I think next zones are gonna be this. I think the next leg candle is gonna be 83, 85 zones. But this looks like a lot better volume, right? Look at that drive, back-to-back drive. So it broke that cycle of drive and pullback. I would expect it to start like glitching. Someone coming in for the first time, probably, what the hell is this guy talking about? That's okay, give it some time. 1 minute leg candle fill. Can we get a pop? Could this be it? I would expect a glitch here. It shouldn't take too long to come down. It should be like a rip right through the zones. Let's see if that reflips. Could it be 15 le? 15 le? Or 1 hour le? That's like saying English or Spanish. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Can you come back below the white line? Almost BE here, guys. Get ready for BE. So once it taps it again, we'll go BE here, okay? Oh. Not yet. Not yet, not yet. Almost. Not yet. It should be a quick pop. Oh, there it is. Okay, BE. So move stops to break even. The next line is trail stops and profit. So it trailed towards this next line. And then TP is right below there. But I'm expecting like a pop. Like, where is the pop? Where is the drive? No, BE position. All right. We gave it some chances there. I'm not gonna lie. We gave it like 3 times. It came down, tapped that zone, and didn't break through. But yeah, BE position on that. Price came right back up. We'll see if we can get another one. I'm just gonna go journal it out first on my journal, and then we'll come back and see what's up next. I think next is like the leg candle fill, and then after that comes 98. So 98 could be like I think we had a wick entry buy idea there, but yeah, just unfortunately BE on that one. We gave it multiple chances too, right? Lots of rejections, but never drove. So hopefully it won't drive now, and it'll wait for us. But I gotta go journal this out. So that's what we're gonna do real quick. Slip? Who got slipped? I think that was a quick push when we entered. But some people might have better entries, right, than me, if you got slipped there. All right, what do we do here? What do we do? Not hopping off yet, guys. We'll be right back, okay? Just gonna journal us out. But you see how, like, you know, BEs and trail stops are just like preset. You want to preset them, because if you don't preset them, you're gonna try and make more emotional decisions whenever price does tap those zones. You want to plan in advance. All right, 11:14 New York session, gold buys bearish. So another bearish day. Look at that. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 days in a row bearish. Sells just, I think that leg candle fill. Where is it? Leg candle fill on the 1 hour time frame. Current higher low, 4 hour, 1 hour. BE point was next logical point resistance on the minute. The 1 hour, the minute. What else is there? Actually, I think just the 1 hour time from there. I don't think we use much of the minute, just the one. And then leg candle fill time frame on the 1. I think 0.08. And then 0.56. So basically BE 0.07. Lots. 0.56. Pips wise, BE I put it like a little in profit, but barely, just so I don't get a slip. But 0.8, I think I tapped the original zone anyways. Was there a drawdown there? I think a bit of drawdown, right? What was the drawdown there? 7 pips. Max pips? What did we reach max? Max pips, we got 25. So yeah, almost tapped the BE zone, but I think it was still 5 pips away. Exit reasoning was BE. In a minute. 0.8. All right, and then percentage. 6. This one. We'll be right back, guys. Maybe there could be more positions here, okay? But I think volume is a bit better. What's your percent? 0.02. All right, but yeah, let's see what else. Let's see what else happens. I think like you had a little bit of volume coming down there, but I think you need a little more here. Like I was expecting a drive, like a much stronger drive, right? So yeah, if it does drive, I think your next zone is going to be 98, which I think is 98. Let me just delete all these BE zones. Yeah, I think if we get another idea, guys, it will be the wick entry buys. I don't know if we're gonna get this continuation down here. You got a pop here, but it's still very slow. So volume will come if you're able to push through these ranges, which takes you down towards 98. I also have a 90 zone as well. So let me just delete these zones here for now. I think I tapped our trail stop zones finally. That was 35 pips. What's 90? 90 is gonna be right here. 86, 90. That's like roughly here. Let's see, if you tap 87, that is going to be the 1 hour lift fill. That is the daily candle near the flip. Daily is a leg candle bear. I think it also comes down to structure here too, right? Like how you approach 87 zones. I think it'll be more 87 than 98, but how it comes down is very important too. So if it does come down and it comes down within one motion, like more so of like this, compared to coming down the same way it's been coming down all morning, because then that's more structure, right? Every time you're pulling back and like creating these lower highs, it's just more structure. You have a much higher chance to just continue. So you don't want to take your wick entry buys if that's the case. But if it just starts ripping down, then I think that's pretty doable to take, because you're expecting a reaction, right? And at that reaction zone, you're looking for maybe like a lower high to be formed, right, to continue down, or you can also still get a lower high to get a push up, right, back into the range. Either way, you're expecting that reaction. So I think that's what's next. If I'm gonna look for another position today, it will only be that. And I don't think we're looking for buys, like directional buys. I think only wick entry buys. So what we could do is maybe set our trailing stop, not trailing stop, session stop loss down. We can maybe set it towards this high. If you break that high, you just kind of come back into the range. We'll call it a day, you know? So I'll leave it as that. All right, 47.11, that'll be my session stop loss. If you break the high, we'll call it a day and call it a week. But if you continue to push down, then there could be more ideas here. So only if there's volume is what that means. Can you share a journal? Yeah, if you do extra performance trades, it'll show this journal right here. You can go take a look at that. See you next week. Peace out, FGT. Laters. Close on 60. Holy. Ran for the hundo. Thanks, Wicked. Why you never mention entry price? Huh? Did I not mention entry price? Like, I kept saying the rebreak of these lows, the rebreak of this lows. Wait for the rebreak of this low. If you want the entry price, you gotta go into Divas 01, man. You gotta look at if you want the exact entry point, man, this is a free stream. Matter of fact, I'm being way too nice here. This is a free stream, man. If you want the exact entry, I try my best on stream to give it. We don't have like buy stops and sell stops and whatnot, but we're gonna have like, yo, get ready here, guys. We're gonna look for sells if this rebreaks is low. Sometimes I might even add like, yo, wait for this to break, pull back, and then second rebreak. So I even break down exactly to the T what the movement should be like for us to get an idea. And if you can't follow that, it might be too much or you might not be familiar, then Divas 01 is where you want to be if you want the exact signal, because that's where we get, you know, exact, like I sound the exact entry price and everything. That's connected to this account. But yeah, that's the best I can do on stream. I can't really do much more than that, you know what I mean? Can't do much more than that. TP. Only thing I didn't give clear there was maybe stop loss, but before the trade, I think I mentioned it was up here. It was 1300 pips. All right, let's clear these zones here. Let's see. It doesn't even feel like 11. It feels like 2 p.m. right now. Today felt so slow. 3-hour stream. Yeah, I think next areas are gonna be like 46.88 if we get continuation. Where's our session stop loss? It's this high, right? Yeah, so if that breaks, we'll call it a day, I think. Maybe we'll move it up towards here. So let's see. I think someone who in the chat had a earlier, someone had a 92 wick entry buy or something. Not a bad week though, guys. Like I think the week started pretty good. I think just Wednesday, Thursday, Friday got a little slower. Right, you can see it on price too. It just kind of like where it kind of slowed down a little bit. But yeah, like Monday, Tuesday was pretty good. Right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was pretty good, and Thursday, Friday kind of just range. So maybe the move was priced in on NFP from Wednesday. Maybe that was a priced in push, because that was 1600 pips. Did you break the highs here? I think you did. I think that's it, guys. Or should we wait for this to flip and then move it to the high? And maybe we'll try that. If this candle flips bearish, we'll move it. So we'll move it to this high. And then for sure, last chance we'll give it. If it doesn't rip down from here, then breaks the highs, we'll call it. Oh, wow. Plot twist. Plot twist, plot twist. Okay. What do you have now? You had still a couple leg candles here. You have until, where's the next zone? Down here? Let's see. If we can't get the sells down, wick entry buys 88. Could be some. A long position. Well, 47.18. Yeah, I think long positions are gonna be a hit or miss today because there's like not enough volume coming down. So something tells me like there is still a possibility that you could come up, but I also don't have enough confluence to say so. Like I have more confluence to come down, like right now with the structure. So if they have a negative RR stop, they might be good for the buys. I'm new here, how to follow. You just gotta tune in. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. East every day. So it's free. So I show up and look, listen, learn. Yo, did y'all hear about that new virus? What's that new virus called? Some virus. Yeah, that virus. The hantavirus. Shit. And it happened on to a Canadian. This is some bullshit again. Yo. Like, what you mean they just let him go home after they realized he had it? Like, y'all ain't learned the first time, bruh? How bad is it though? Is it bad as the other virus? Does not typically spread between humans. It has a higher fertility rate. Ooh. Yo, the other one had a 1.7. This said this one has a 30 to 40. Ooh. Coughing right now, it's not a good time. All right, if this candle flips, I'm gonna move it down towards this high. Because we can't do this all day, man. This is exactly like yesterday. Straight up. GG, bros, take me out at this point. As long as we still here for ice, man, we good. Hey, who won yesterday? Lakers or the OKC? OKC. GG's, man. GG's, man. Shot is too good. LeBron has no help. All right, guys. You know what, man? GG's, man. Have a good day, everybody. We're gonna call it a day here. We tried today, man. We really tried. We even the BE we're much more lenient on too today. But clearly there wasn't enough volume to get continuations for what we wanted to see. So that's okay, right? Markets will continue moving next week, and we will be here next week as well. So on Monday morning, we'll be right here, 8 a.m. East. I think still a good week though. 1 point something percent. Nothing too crazy. 1.7%. The week just got slower as it went, but not bad. All right, chat. See y'all on Monday. Okay, take it easy. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you guys right here at 8 a.m. East on Monday. DVS02 out now. 8amEast.com. If you want the free playbook, go get the free playbook. V1, V2, all out now. And anything else you need is on the site. Have a good day. Peace, peace.